Hello aspirants, welcome to Pragyān Veda IAS. In continuation with the Prelims Synthesis 60 days theme-wise revision program. With the second theme, we have the important schedules of Constitution of India. In the first theme, we have covered the important articles and parts of Constitution, including preamble. Now here we have important schedules of Constitution. We'll quickly cover and try to solve some previous year questions to get a hold of all these schedules. So originally there were around 8 schedules at the time of adoption of Constitution of India, right? We discussed last time, 26 November 1949, we adopted the Constitution of India. So only there were 6 schedules then, but with the passage of time, when amendments happened, when enactments happened, 4 more schedules were added to the list of the schedules. So we will go one by one. The first schedule deals with the 28 states and 8 union territories. So within the Indian subcontinent, we have 28 states and 8 union territories. Just before the reorganization of the Jammu Kashmir under 370 article, we had actually 29 states and 7 union territories. But now the Jammu Kashmir has been split into 2 union territories, Jammu Kashmir and Ladakh. Therefore 28 states and 8 union territories. That is clearly mentioned in first schedule. Second schedule talks about salaries and emoluments for the various legislatures, MLAs, MPs, judges, and Comptroller and Auditor General of India. So like this. So various provisions are given under second schedule. Important. Third schedule, we have the oaths for legislatures, ministers, and judges, who after getting appointed to a particular post take oath and affirmations to render public service in cognizance, right? So this is very clearly entailed in third schedule. Then we have the fourth schedule, which deals with the allocation of seats to states and union territories, especially in Rajya Sabha by president, right? President nominates around 12 numbers of members in Rajya Sabha who have rendered exceptional service in society, say in terms of art, music, literature, sports, cinema, etc., right? And they are given that backdoor entry in terms of distinction to enter the Rajya Sabha, which is covered under fourth schedule. Under fifth schedule, we have the administration and control of scheduled areas. So there is a fifth schedule and sixth schedule. So fifth schedule deals with administration of scheduled areas, whereas sixth schedule also deals with some scheduled and tribal areas, which are specifically 4 in numbers. I have written in the sixth schedule administration of tribal areas in northeastern states. In specific, we have ATM square that I have written there. A for Assam, T for Tripura, M for Meghalaya, and another M for Mizoram. So scheduled areas in sixth schedule have greater importance in terms of cultural preservation of the scheduled tribes in comparison with the fifth schedule. But fifth and sixth schedules all in all deal with the northeastern states and preservation of tribals, cultural and social heritage, right? Yes. So now seventh schedule, we have the distribution of power, especially of the center, state, right? We have the union list, the state list, and the concurrent list, right? Under which state exercises power and authority in certain subject fields, very clearly delineated under these lists. We will take in the next slide, we'll dwell deeply into each list and understand and what are some subjects under which, as some questions can be framed on this 7th schedule also, and they have appeared in earlier previous years questions also. In the 8th schedule, we have the 22 languages which are officially recognized by the Constitution. We have various languages in the pan-India level of various states like Kannada, Marathi, Hindi, Telugu, who have clear distinction. Even some awards like Jnanapitha awards, they are all constituted around these 8 schedule languages to render or give recognition to some exceptional people and furthering the growth of these languages, right? Then in the 9th schedule we have the validation of certain acts and regulation. Yeah, so if you remember, there was a judgment like Kyoto Holohan, certain acts especially coming from the British era like Zamindari acts, which were there were possibilities of misinterpreting and exploiting them. Therefore they were put under this schedule so that in future there is no meddling thing happening with these acts. Even in the recent times when there are some issues coming with reservations, and some forces are there to put these reservation laws or acts into 9th schedule, so we generally keep seeing that in the news, right? But also and all the acts that by some means are through even the official parliamentary process enter this 9th schedule, they are also under judicial review, right? This is entailed in the 9th schedule and the Kyoto Holohan judgment. In the 10th schedule we have the disqualification on the ground of defection. So when people in power enter election and clear, there is a chances of court turning and jumping from one party to the other after the elections and defying the public mandate. So to curtail all that, the anti-defection law was brought in, under which disqualification on grounds are entailed. We have 52nd Constitutional Amendment Act also reinforcing it. Yeah, so but sometime, and the jurisdiction of defection or disqualification, it rests with the chairman of the Sabha of the House. So but sometimes there are there can be chances of manipulation, so even that verdict of the speaker is also under judicial review, right? This is entailed in I think Coelho case, right? Then we have the 11th schedule, which deals with the panchayats, the power and authority, especially reinforced by 73rd Constitutional Amendment Act. And towards the end, the 12th schedule is the municipality, its power and authority in 74th Constitutional Amendment Act. So these are basically 12 schedules that we have talked about. Now just to delve deeply into 5th and 6th schedule, just I have given a tabular comparative understanding. It will give a very big picture of, and even some questions can come on like statement wise or even direct questions in 5th and 6th schedule. So some what are some states that are covered under 5th schedule and 6th schedule? See, the 6th schedule, both of them covering the northeastern states. Especially the 6th schedule covers the Assam, Meghalaya, Tripura and Mizoram. You can remember it as ATM square. It is applied in this 4 states only, whereas the rest states like Manipur, Nagaland, Arunachal Pradesh, others, they have the 5th schedule acting in. And the declaration of any state to be a 5th schedule or 6th schedule is under the ambit of President of India, whereas when it comes to 6th schedule areas, it is to be under governor. That is, the governor is empowered to even reorganize any states. That is also it is again can be attributed in increasing or decreasing the area of a particular state also under the 6th schedule. And the executive power, when it comes to employing or implementing laws or acts, is in terms of tribal areas of under 6th schedule, it is purely the state's jurisdiction, state's executive jurisdiction to implement any kind of laws. When it comes to 5th schedule areas, the center can extend directions, but the state is empowered, correct, to employ the executive powers. Then as far as the 5th schedule is concerned, we have a tribal advisory council, a member body coming from the tribal population. When it comes to the 6th schedule areas, we have the autonomous district council, again the member body coming from the tribal population. So when it comes to and there are some provisions also, there is right. So if a president feels that we need to form a separate council as such, it can be done by the president's direction. In terms of fifth schedule areas, we have a tribal advisory council especially mentioned. And as far as applicability of any law that are enacted by center, how are they acting on these areas? There are some details in that direction also here. See, say government can make regulations for good governance, keeping in all aspects, but it has to be consulted with the tribal advisory council, and this council is so powerful also that it can amend and repeal any kind of acts of parliament. Of course, that requires the president's accent, right? As far as the 6 schedule areas is concerned, the autonomous district council, councils or courts exists. Then the acts of the state and legislation parliament do not apply to these areas because they enjoy greater autonomy in terms of keeping in mind preservation of culture and heritage, right? So these are some differences on which questions can be asked, right? Now quickly getting into the 7th schedule, I just talked about the lists. So basically we have the center's union list and state list and various subjects that are mentioned in it. I have covered some important thing that we can remember and just try to get a hold. And we have a concurrent list falling between the union and the state. There is also one residuary subject which generally have some some upcoming subjects that are new, but mostly they are governed by, they fall under the category of the union list, in the sense the union government enjoys that power in doing any laws, acts in this subjects. So in the union list we have basically things of national importance, the national security, defense, some infrastructure things like national highways, railways, even banking, telecom, insurance, currency related things, of course, airways, port, they are into infrastructure, mines. So all these major things are covered in union list. When it comes to state list, we have state importance subjects like agriculture is there, tourism is there, health forms, or it becomes a part of the state list. Police, of course, implementation of law and order, so that is a part of state specifically. Even the local government bodies, panchayati raj institutions, which fall in this ambit, they all are the part of state list. Even taxes like toll taxes, land revenue, they are all of course the state list. Even coming so recently, right, we have the water becoming a hot topic of discussion. The inter-state rivers that flow, like Kaveri disputes, Mahadayi disputes that occur in news. The water is a subject matter of the state only, but with increasing disputes arising among states, there are some propositions to have this in the concurrent list, so that the center can issue directions for easy remedy of this events. Okay, then we have in the concurrent list, which are like a concurrence of both center and state, some subjects like forest, education especially falls in concurrent list. If you remember the national education policy which came, it is a part of concurrent list. Therefore some states were apprehensive of the policy, right? Printing and publishing, they are part of the concurrent list. Electricity, of course, even labor and some labor codes that some amendments or acts, labor code acts, 4 codes, they are all part of concurrent list, right? Inland waterways, correct. So water is a state subject, but the inland waterways that are happening, because we have this interlinking of rivers projects that are coming up, so there is a need of there is a need of having it in the concurrent list. Some personal laws, important personal laws like marriage, divorce, inheritance under various religions, especially in the Hindu and Muslim religions. We have the Hindu Marriage Act 1955 and Shariat Law of 1937. So they are part of the concurrent list. and some funds like chit funds, Ponzi schemes related things that are there, right? So they are part of concurrent list, right? Important. So this table can give a good glimpse and hold a mental picture of different lists. Try to absorb it. And coming to the residual subjects like cybersecurity, cryptocurrency, disaster management, population control, software and hardware related things, upcoming technological evolution, some subjects are getting important. So these things have become part of the residual subjects. Important also. Questions can be framed. I think questions came around this. Yeah. Now we will solve some previous year questions to get hold. So generally questions come directly only. We have seen certain provision is there under which schedule, like that. So we'll take the first question here. Which of the following schedules of the Constitution of India deals with the allocation of seats in the Council of States? Right? If you remember, what is the answer? I think the fourth schedule, right? Nomination of members by the President of India. The option B, right? We have the fourth schedule, direct question and direct answer. Now next, under which schedule of the Constitution of India can the transfer of tribal land to private parties for mining to be declared null and void? If you remember, we had 6th and 5th, right? Schedules dealing with, we have extensively discussed on these two schedules, preserving the tribal culture and heritage, even the land and other things. So we can have either 5th or 6th. So we don't see any 6th. We have 5th here, and 3rd nothing is there, and 9th also not. So 5th, direct answer. The B option is correct. Next we have the provisions in 5th schedule and 6th schedule in the Constitution of India are made in order to. So what is the intent or the thought of having 5th and 6th schedule? Of course, we discussed extensively on this. Preserving the culture and interests of scheduled tribes. Yes. Determine the boundaries between state. No, that is not the purpose. Determining the powers, authority, responsibility of panchayats. No, not specifically. Protect the interest of all the border states. No, that is not. So option A is the correct answer. So like these questions can come. So go through this presentation, and the PDF of this topic of theme 2 on schedules can be accessed in the Telegram channel. That link will be available under this video. So thank you for your time. And the next theme we will take up on the constitutional amendments that have happened. Important in the next session. Thank you.